interrogation. On behalf of the accused, the defense confirms its agreement or the absence of dispute. I should just like to provide some clarification. You will observe, for example, that we have agreed with the co-prosecutors not to read paragraph 203, although it is indicated that Duch was in agreement. But this is the sort of paragraph where we wanted the entire closing order, or the paragraph as it appears in the closing order, to be copied in full. But, so you will see that Duch is in agreement, but he wants the paragraph to appear as it does in the closing order. Perhaps I might add something. Paragraph 214, which you read, already appears in the personal participation of Duch in torture sessions. It already appears there.
The President, the co-prosecutor may continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under the heading Duch's personal participation in torture, the following facts are agreed. Paragraph 215A. One of the persons who received such orders from Duch was Comrade X, who, quote, liked to use torture very much. That fact is agreed. Agreed. Paragraph 216B. Duch prohibited interrogators from letting prisoners die during torture. Agreed. Paragraph 217. Duch received orders from his superiors, including Nat and Son Sen, to have certain S-21 prisoners tortured and implemented those orders. Agreed. Paragraph 219. The method of torture most commonly used at S-21 was beating with a stick because other methods wasted time. Agreed. Paragraph 220. If a detainee did not properly confess, the severity of torture was increased. A confession was improper if it was insufficiently detailed or failed to name other traitors. Paragraph 221 is agreed. Duch knew about the practice of S-21 of puncturing or removing finger and toenails. Agreed. Paragraph 223. Duch was aware that cold water and fans were a method of torture used at S-21 and did not react to that practice. Paragraph 226 is agreed. Another practice that took place at S-21 was forcing detainees to pay homage to images of dogs. Duch was aware of this practice and had encouraged it at an interrogator's training session on May 28, 1978. I'd like to correct. The paragraphs I've just read from 215A to 226 should have been correctly identified as being under the heading of torture techniques. And those facts, as I've read them under paragraph 215A to 226, are agreed. And under that same heading, torture techniques, the following facts are not contested. Paragraph 224. Another method of torture used at S-21 during interrogation was to remove the clothes of a prisoner and use electrical equipment to shock the prisoner's genitals or ears. Paragraph 228. S-21 prisoner X was repeatedly beaten on the back with a piece of wood and had his toenails pulled out from both of his feet. He received electrical shocks on his earlobes, and on the third day of torture fell unconscious twice. X was subjected to this treatment for 12 days and 12 nights. Paragraph 229. S-21 prisoner Y was shown various torture equipment in his interrogation room and asked to choose which implements would be used against him. He was beaten on the back with a whip, a rattan stick, and electrical cables while handcuffed and forced to lie down on the ground. His back was cut and bleeding all over the floor. He was also electrocuted. Y was tortured twice a day for a period of 2 weeks. Under the heading in torture techniques, these are the facts which have been agreed to or not contested, which I'd like the defense to confirm.
The President, the Defense Counsel may respond.
The Defense Counsel confirms the agreement or the non-dispute of the paragraphs that the co-prosecutor has just read.
The President, the co-prosecutor may continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under the heading Pre Sar, the following facts are not disputed, not contested. Paragraph 233. In one room at S-24, men and women were interrogated using electrocution. Paragraph 234. People who were sent to Pre Sar would return with their heads shaved and their skin flayed from the application of electrical shocks, beatings, and whippings during interrogation. Those are the facts, the factual allegations, which are not contested under the heading Pre Sar, which I'd like the defense to confirm.
The Defense Counsel may respond, says the President.
Thank you. The Defense Counsel confirms that there is no dispute concerning the paragraphs that have just been read on Pre Sar. Thank you.
The President, the co-prosecutor may continue.
President. Under the heading Authority over Executions, the following factual allegations are agreed. Paragraph 239. Duch and X gave the orders to carry out executions within the S-21 complex. Agreed. Paragraph 243. Prisoners at S-21 were typically killed shortly after completing their confessions. The following factual allegation under the heading Authority over Executions is not contested. Paragraph 235. Over 12,380 detainees were executed at S-21. Those are the factual allegations under Authority over Execution that are agreed to or not contested, which I'd require the defense to confirm.
The President, the Defense Counsel may respond.
Thank you. The Defense Counsel confirms that there is no dispute or that there is agreement concerning the paragraphs that have just been read and concerning the authority to order executions. Thank you.
The President, the co-prosecutor may continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under the heading Executions at Chung Ike, the following facts are agreed. Paragraph 247. Duch went to Chung Ike in 1977 at the request of Son Sen. Paragraph 251A is agreed. Prisoners were blindfolded and had their arms tied behind them. Agreed. Paragraph 253. On 4 separate occasions, Duch was ordered by Son Sen and Nguyen Chea to send the majority of prisoners detained at S21 to Chung Ike to be executed. The purpose of these executions was to make room for a large following mass arrest. Agreed. Paragraph 254. Numerous mass executions which occurred in which Duch received and conveyed orders to execute without interrogation. Agreed. Paragraph 254A. On one prisoner's list, Duch handwrote, quote, "To the attention of Uncle Peng, kill them all, 30 May 1978, unquote. Paragraph 254B is agreed. On another prisoner's list containing the names of 29 prisoners, Duch wrote, quote, "Interrogate 4 persons, kill the rest," unquote. Paragraph 254C is agreed. In December 1978, about 300 prisoners from the East Zone who had allegedly rebelled were sent directly to Chung Ike and executed. Agreed. Paragraph 254D. On 2nd or 3rd January 1979, Nguyen Chea ordered Duch to smash all the prisoners at S21. Approximately 200 persons, who were Cambodian nationals and Vietnamese soldiers, were then transported to Chung Ike and killed. Under the heading Executions at Chung Ike, the following facts are not contested. Paragraph 245. Many thousands of persons, including men, women, and children, were executed and buried at Chung Ike. Paragraph 248. Prisoners were transported to Chung Ike in trucks 2 to 3 times a month. Paragraph 248A. The vehicles in which X was transported to Chung Ike each contained 30 to 40 prisoners. Paragraph 248B. Prisoners were told that they were being transferred to a new home so that they would not scream during transport. Paragraph 248C. Prisoners were handcuffed and blindfolded in the trucks. Paragraph 248D. During transportation, 2 guards were positioned in the rear of the truck so that prisoners could not jump from the vehicles. Paragraph 249. 3 to 4 guards were regularly stationed at Chung Ike. When joined by the transport guards, there were as many as 10 guards present for executions. Paragraph 250. There were 3 execution teams: the special unit, X team, X's team, and Y's team. Paragraph 251C. Prisoners were taken outside by the guards one at a time and told they were being transferred to a different house. Paragraph 251D. X stood outside and recorded the names of prisoners before taking them to the pits to be killed. Paragraph 251E. Prisoners were killed using steel clubs, cart axles, and water pipes to hit the base of their necks. Paragraph 251F. Prisoners were then kicked into the pits where their handcuffs were removed. Paragraph 251H. After the executions were complete, the guards covered the pits. Paragraph 252. Several large-scale executions took place at Chung Ike. Under the heading Executions at Chung Ike, these are the facts agreed to or not contested, which I'd like the defense to confirm.
The President, the Defense Counsel may respond.
Your Honor, the defense confirms that the accused has given his agreement or has not disputed the facts that the co-prosecutor has just read to us.
Il semblerait qu'il y ait eu une traduction.
Problem in the translation, and that in Khmer it was indicated apparently that there was no dispute to paragraph 251, section G. We should probably check the translation that was done, because 251G, you haven't read it, but apparently in the Khmer translation it was read by indicated that it was not disputed. 251G. So for the needs of the retranscriptions, I would like to specify that paragraph 251G is not the object of an agreement. Just to let you know, for the needs of the transcriptions, and you haven't read it in fact, but it seems that in the translation it was, however, included.
The President, the co-prosecutor, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Finally, under the heading Execution at Tuolsleng, the following facts are agreed. Paragraph 255 is agreed. While Chung Ek was used as the main killing site, certain important persons, such as Khoi Thun, Vorn Vet, Hoc, Nat, and foreigners, continued to be executed within S21's grounds or nearby. Agreed. Paragraph 257. Duch, pursuant to a request of his superior... I'll start again. Agreed. Paragraph 257. Duch, pursuant to a request of his superiors, had pictures taken of important prisoners after they had been executed, including Li Fel, Von Vet, and Hoc. The purpose of these pictures was to provide evidence that certain prisoners had not been released or escaped. Agreed is paragraph 258. In 1978, 4 foreigners... Agreed. Paragraph 262. 4 combatants from a military unit designated Y08, who had been arrested and detained at S21, were killed by S21 interrogator X using a bayonet. Their bodies were left on beds in S21 and discovered when Vietnamese soldiers arrived at the complex. The following facts, under the heading Executions at Tuolsleng, are not contested. Paragraph 256. Mass graves were present within and around the S21 complex. Paragraph 259b. X was ordered by Y on 2 occasions to write lists of those detainees who had their blood drawn. Paragraph 259d. S21 prisoners who were subjected to this process had 4 to 5 bags of blood extracted from them, which left them unconscious. Paragraph 259e. The prisoners would die sometime after the extraction of their blood, and a vehicle would then transport their bodies to Chung Aik for disposal. Paragraph 260. Children of S21 prisoners were taken away from their parents, killed within the S21 compound, and buried north of the prison. Those are the factual allegations under the heading Executions at 12 Slang, which are agreed to, are not contested, and which I would like the defense to confirm.
The President, the Defense Counsel may respond.
Thank you, Mr. President. The defense confirms that Duch acknowledges the facts that have been read out concerning the executions, whether it be for the points to which he agrees or the points that he does not dispute. And maybe another specification, however, the accused requested that we use the term S21 and not the term 12 slang, that he does not recognize because it's a term that was only given after the fact. In what it concerns him, he was the director of S21. 12 slang is a word that was given after the arrival of the Vietnamese troops.
The President, the co-prosecutor, the floor is yours.
Just to make sure that the record is accurate, I apparently left out 3 agreed facts, which are, or to mention simply that these facts were agreed, which are listed under paragraph 201A, 211, and 262. Those 3 facts are agreed. I already read the facts. I simply forgot to say agreed. And this, Mr. President, Your Honors, complete the reading into the record of the factual allegations which are agreed to, are not contested by the Crown, by the prosecution, and the defense. And I thank you for your indulgence and your patience.
The President, the proceeding of today's hearing is going to adjourn for today's session. The hearing will resume on the 6th from 9 a.m. The Chamber orders the detention facility officials to take the accused back to the detention facility and bring him back to the courtroom on the 6th of April before 9 a.m. The participants and civil parties and the public who wish to attend, please arrive before 9 a.m. on that day.